Middleweight contest, Dusko Todorovic facing off against Gregory Rodriguez, which is a last-minute replacement, I believe. I don't remember off the top of my head who Todorovic was supposed to fight instead, but at the end of the day, man, this is a hell of a contest, man. And I think it was either Gregory Rodriguez or it was Dusko Todorovic. One of these dudes was all like, hey, man, like, I was training for a tough fight. This is going to be a fucking tough fight. You know what I'm saying? And I absolutely agree. Folks, if you don't know who Gregory Rodriguez is, I've been fortunate enough just watching, I love watching all types of MMA, so I've seen him fight a couple of different times. This dude is a killer. He fought Jordan Williams on his Dana White Contender Series appearance, got knocked out in the first round when he was like a heavy favorite to win the fight. What did he do, AJ? Did he get discouraged? Did he say, oh, I guess, well, I'm going to have to go back to the, minor leagues? No. He said, all right, well, I'll go back to LFA. I'll do what I need to do, knock out the next two opponents and win a championship so I can get another shot. How about that? Guess what? This time, no Dana White Contender Series. You in the big show, buddy. You in the UFC, baby. So let's go. Todorovic, like I said, minus 165 favorite, plus 140 comeback for Gregory Rodriguez, man. And I think these odds are a little off. I don't know what they are right now, but I'll tell you what, man, there's some value to be had in Gregory Rodriguez. AJ, let me ask you this. What's scarier than an individual? If you're Dusko Todorovic, a man who, in terms of his pre-fight presser, he didn't necessarily seem to have learned too much from his loss. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, I'm not approaching anything very differently. I'm very high on Dusko, but I think that if you learned anything, keep your hands up, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cover your chin, please, right? What's scarier if you're a Dusko Todorovic who relies on agility, who relies on foot speed and head movement, than an individual like Gregory Rodriguez who is willing to trade in order to just knock your head off of your shoulders, man? Like, this dude's right hand is a missile, just like Tom Breeze's. And Gregory Rodriguez, at the end of the day, where he wants you is on the ground so he could smash your face in. So, like, this is a very scary matchup for Dusko. How confident are you that Todorovic can move on from this loss? That was the first loss of his career, and clearly that has some type of psychological effect. So, give me your take on this matchup, AJ.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a hard fight for both fighters, to be honest with you, man. And that was one of the big things I was looking for in Dusko, was that he learned from his last fight the importance of keeping a high guard. Like, the fact that he was just literally pulling his head back was absolutely insane, and he paid the price for it, my man. If you don't know who Gregory Rodriguez is, and just obviously you do, Derek, obviously a lot of other fans out there do, but if out there you ever want to see a clean 1-2 and what a clean 1-2 is supposed to look like down the pipe, go watch Gregory Rodriguez versus Josh Fremd. It's a one-round fight, very quick. You'll see it is so beautiful the way he sets him up perfectly and lands that shot, man. It is absolutely nice. He did lose his Dana White Contender Series, like you said, Derek, and it wasn't one hell of a fight, but he looked big. He looked a lot bigger than Jordan Williams. But, that is what it is. He did get caught. I'm excited for this one. I don't really know. I won't lie to you. I don't know much about Gregory Rodriguez. I've only followed him, like I said, for the Williams fight, and then reaching out and watching these, a couple of these other ones just for this own show. But I'm excited, man. He's tall, he's long, he's fast. It's gonna make for one hell of a fight. And this is one of those ones where we've always talked about the styles make fights. Yep. And right here is they almost gave Dusko another chance to be like, all right, bro, go out there. That's what you do. You're striking. Don't get knocked out again. Because man, Gregory Rodriguez is one hell of a fighter. It's going to be a tough one.
I'll just say that for Todorovic in his last fight against Punahele Soriano, right? We saw that Soriano is just a little wrecking ball coming in Mike Tyson style, right? But you get such a clash of styles in this one because you can't use your jab on this dude Rodriguez. Rodriguez has a 75-inch reach, 1-inch advantage on Dusko Todorovic, who has a 74-inch reach. The biggest thing right here that stands out, AJ, is the experience, man. They have comparable experience. 10-1 is Dusko. 9-3 is Gregory Rodriguez. And Dusko is 1-1 in his UFC tenure so far, man. So the experience is pretty much there. And listen, man, I think that this fight is, once again, if Gregory Rodriguez says, I want to win my UFC debut, he was going to go by the game plan. His game plan, what he wants to do time in and time out, is to use the 1-2 to get in range and grab you, put you on the ground and pound for the finish, man. What we saw out of Dusko in his last fight wasn't really representative of, his takedown defense capabilities, because when we look at it, he's got 100% takedown defense. Man's never been taken down. But do you think, what are the odds that, you know what I'm saying, this fight is that type of fight, man? We can keep asking these same questions because these are comparable matchups, man. But Dusko Todorovic, he wants to box on the outside. It's going to be hard to do it against this dude Rodriguez, man. So just give me like that percentage once again, just an estimate off the top of your head, man. Do you think this is going to be a wrestling contest?
I do actually. I think it's got. I was watching a lot, or when I was watching the fights on Gregory Rodriguez, I noticed he likes to go for the clinch a lot. He
Hmm.
likes to reach out, get his hands on you, get that clinch. And man, I don't think Dusko's been presented with those opportunities yet to be able to see where he can survive in either the clinch or the ground game. So I'm going about 80%, man. I think
Yeah.
if Rodriguez is smart, he's gonna work those 1-2s, like you said, get on the inside, leave his hands out, get that clinch, and get going and start working from it from there. But the one thing I was noting when I was watching him is when Rodriguez gets hurt, he almost has that clinch reach as a form of defense or like an intuitive mechanism where he just hurts and he reaches his hands out. Yeah. Where with Dusko, he can land those big shots coming in on the inside. So it can make for some interesting mix 'em ups. But I definitely think it's going to be, we'll be seeing him on the ground at least, like I said, I'm putting it at an 80% clip. What do you think?
I agree with you right there. I think that's a very fair assessment because, like I said, watching Rodriguez, if he just does what he normally does, that's basically where this fight's going to take place. But I will say this is going to be the battle of the right hands, man. These are two dudes who straight punches down the pipe are their go-to. So at the end of the day, man, this is more or less of a pick'em. You know what I'm saying? You look at it and you see a big heavy favor for Dusko Todorovic, but I think this should be a pick'em as well because it's almost a matter of whoever lands first. You know what I mean? Whoever's right hand lands first is probably going to win the fight, man. But last question that I have regarding this fight, what always scares me is when I see individuals who haven't fought a lot in the UFC, right? And their methodologies are as such. For Dusko right now, 6 wins via knockout, 3 via submission, 1 via decision. For Rodriguez, 4 via knockout, 4 via submission, 1 via decision. So both of these fighters have literally only won a fight going all the rounds once in their career. I mean, I don't have anything else to say on that, folks. Take that for what it's worth, man. But it's just something that's interesting that we need to think about because at the end of the day, it's like a Walt Harris we'll talk about later. If he doesn't finish you, or a Jairzinho Rosenstruck, if he doesn't finish you, can they win? And in the big show right here, man, this is the best of the best in the world, man. So I'll let mine out the bag, man. I'm going Gregory Rodriguez, but I'm gonna go knockout round 2. I'm sorry, Dusko, you're my boy, but if you don't keep those hands up, bro, this man is going to make you pay. Give me your pick, AJ.
No, I'm with you, Derek, except for on the pick. I'm going Dusko, but under the guise that he had learned to keep his hands up.
Yeah.
If he walks out there, chin high, hands down, I'm gonna throw something against the wall. Cause yeah, that's it, man. If that happens, I'm going KO round 1 for my boy Dusko. If not, I'm gonna have to eat some crow tomorrow. We'll see.
We'll definitely see. I will just say lastly, because I did mention it, man, I do think Dusko has a speed advantage, man. This dude is quick. He's fast. And those reflexes, pull back, he's quick, man. So it's like we just got to see what happens, man. Should be a good fight. These are the best fights, the ones where we can't really lean too heavy in one direction or the other. Those are the best fights.